You've always been the nice one, the helper, the listener, the one who cares. But what if I told you that the very trait you thought was your greatest strength, your deep empathy, might actually be the invisible cage that's been trapping you your whole life? Carl Jung uncovered something few dare to talk about, something that will shake you to your core. The very quality that makes you beautifully human might also be the very thing that's been slowly suffocating you. You feel everything so deeply, other people's pain, disappointment, moods, energy. It's like you live your life submerged in an emotional ocean that doesn't even belong to you. But stay with me, because what you're about to discover may completely transform how you view yourself, your past, and your entire identity. There's a hidden truth about empaths no one talks about, a shadow no one wants to acknowledge, a psychological trap that's been passed down through generations, disguised as kindness, compassion, and virtue. But Carl Jung saw through this illusion decades ago, and what he found will make you question everything you've ever believed about being a good person. Jung believed we all carry a shadow, the repressed parts of our personality we don't want to face. For most people, that includes things like anger, selfishness, or desire for control. But if you're an empath, your shadow is something far more subtle and shocking. Your shadow is the ability to say no, to walk away, to disappoint others, to protect your peace without apology. Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." So ask yourself, who irritates you the most? The unapologetic ones? The ones who say no without guilt? The people who prioritize themselves without long-winded explanations? You resent them, not because they're doing something wrong, but because they mirror the parts of you you've buried, the bold boundary-setting part of you that's been exiled. You've lived like an emotional sponge, absorbing the moods, stress, chaos, and pain of everyone around you. You take it on, even when no one asked you to. You twist yourself into knots trying to ease their suffering, while ignoring your own. And the cruel twist? They don't even respect you for it. You become their safety net, their therapist, their fixer, but not their priority. Carl Jung famously said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." But when was the last time you actually chose something just for you? Not out of guilt, not out of obligation, not because someone needed you, but because it brought you peace, joy, or healing. The truth is, many empaths were trained in childhood to prioritize others above themselves. Maybe you were the peacemaker, the emotional buffer, the invisible glue holding a dysfunctional family together. Maybe you were praised for being mature, responsible, selfless, all code for don't have needs of your own. You learned that love means sacrifice, that being good means being small, that you're only valuable when you're helping someone else. But something powerful happens when the empath finally wakes up. Jung called it individuation, the lifelong process of becoming your true, whole self. For empaths, individuation is brutal. It's the collapse of every identity you've built around being liked, needed, and useful. It's the realization that most people in your life were never really there for you, only for what you gave them. You'll see it in your friendships, the ones who disappear when you stop overgiving. In your family, and the ones who guilt-trip you for setting even the smallest boundary. In your workplace, where your burnout was rewarded with more work. In your relationships, where love meant emotional labor. You'll notice how your phone only rings when someone needs something, how your kindness is expected, how your empathy is exploited. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And for empaths, that privilege starts the moment you decide to stop shape-shifting for others and start standing fully in your own truth. It means honoring your no without guilt. It means facing the fear that people will leave when you stop sacrificing yourself for them and letting them. It means recognizing that disappointing others is sometimes necessary for not abandoning yourself. It means realizing that those who are most outraged by your boundaries are the ones who benefited most from you having none. Jung taught that healing requires integrating your shadow, reclaiming the parts of you you've disowned. For the empath, the shadow holds your right to exist as a full human being, not just an emotional caretaker. It holds your right to rest, to say no, to take up space, to be unhelpful, unapologetic, and whole. And when you embrace that shadow, something radical happens. You become whole. You become the individuated self, not just a helper, but a human. You still feel deeply, but you're not controlled by those feelings. You still care, but you don't carry. You still give, but not from emptiness. You still support, but without losing yourself. You transform from the leaky rescue boat into a grounded lighthouse, guiding others, but rooted firmly in your own truth. This is the secret no one ever told you about the power of boundaries. They don't block love. They filter it. They keep out what drains you, so what nourishes you can finally get in. Jung said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." And for empaths, that means learning to accept both your tenderness and your power, your generosity and your limitations, your heart and your backbone. You stop apologizing for being sensitive. You stop explaining your no. You stop justifying your right to exist fully. You stop walking on emotional eggshells and finally feel the solid ground beneath your feet. And here's what's beautiful. The people who matter most, they'll love this version of you even more. Because you're no longer giving from obligation. You're giving from overflow. You're no longer available to everyone. You're present with the ones who truly value you. You no longer say yes automatically. So your yes actually means something. You no longer chase approvals, and yet, somehow the right people respect you more. And what you gain is priceless. Self-trust, real peace, reciprocal love, unshakable confidence in your own worth, a clear, grounded sense of who you are. You finally see. Your sensitivity isn't a flaw to be fixed. It's a gift to be wielded with wisdom. When Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens," he was inviting us to come home to ourselves. And for the empath, that homecoming is both a death and a rebirth. You let the old you, the overgiver, the martyr, the peacekeeper, finally rest. You rise as someone new, someone whole, someone free. Not less kind, just less available to those who drain your light. Not less compassionate, just more protective of your sacred energy. Not less giving, just more selective. This is what true healing looks like. This is what individuation means. So now I ask you, are you ready to become the empowered empath? The one who feels deeply and protects themselves fiercely? The one who loves generously and honors their limits? The one who finally realizes, you don't have to be everything for everyone to be worthy of love. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this message resonated with you, please subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And consider supporting the channel with a super thanks below. You are not broken. You are waking up. And your life is about to begin, and for you,